Hey up folks, Darkstorm2Bad here. This time I'm taking a look at Don't Die Mr. Robot, an arcade style bullet hell game about a cute little yellow robot who enjoys exploding fruits. It also enjoys not dying, which is where the player comes in. Oh. Wait. This is a bullet hell game? Ah, shite. I'm not right good at these. Even though I only started playing this game recently, very recently, about 22 hours ago, I've been having fun. It's a nice game that's seemingly designed for short bursts. Well, at least it'll be a short time before you die. Like all bullet hell games, Don't Die Mr. Robot demands accuracy, patience, and a certain element of luck. The game consists of 4 different modes. You've got Remix mode, which is like the main mode of the game. It's a mission-based mode that spans across 10 areas with 5 stages each. You've got Arcade mode, the mode you'd expect if you were to play this in a coin-op machine. Just eat the fruit and don't get hit. Time Attack mode plays kinda like Arcade mode, but you've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to try and survive. You can get killed and respawn in this mode, but dying will cost you time and points, plus there's a trophy for getting through the whole thing without dying, so yeah, try not to do that. And finally, you've got Chill Out. This is a mode that's sedated and strategic, but can also prove to be intense. The controls in this game are very simple. Just use the D-pad or either of the analog sticks to move your character. If you feel so inclined, you can use the options menu to switch control over to the motion sensor, but personally I don't recommend this. I'm bad enough at bullet hell games as it is, and having my fate decided by a slip of the wrist just adds unnecessary difficulty. It's also worth noting that while moving left and right will do what you expect it to do, with the motion sensor, if you move or point your controller down, it'll make the robot go up. It's like inverted vertical controls, which is weird. But anyway, if you prefer the motion sensor, or actually find moving the controller easier than pushing the keys or flicking the sticks, then go for it. Safe in the knowledge that you're far better at using the motion sensor than I am. The music in the game is very well suited for each situation. You'll get intensely satisfying tunes throughout most of the game, while the Chill Out mode gives you the game's own rendition of the Blue Danube Waltz. Apologies if I butchered that pronunciation. Is it Danube? Danube? Whatevs. Anyway, it's really quite fitting as it indicates you're in a more relaxing atmosphere, but that the relaxation you get is comparable to being in a boiling hot bath when you'd usually bathe in molten steel. So yeah, it's more relaxing than the main game, but it is still rather intense. But at the kind of game that this is, sometimes it's also really enjoyable to just nip into the options menu, pop the music off, and have your own music playing in the background from time to time. Now, every time you collect a fruit in this game, it gives off an explosion, which you use to kill enemy robots. And every time you do this, you can collect coins. Now, usually you need to get the coins yourself, but in Chill Out mode, they're attracted to you automatically. And you can also buy a coin magnet power-up. There'll be more on that later. As I was saying, you can use these coins to buy cosmetics. And as you can see here, I've tried to get mine looking as close to Lisa as I can. Oh. Yeah, I can't afford much. Well, back to the grind. Something else you can buy is a nice range of power-ups. You can get the coin magnets I mentioned earlier, speed boosts, and blast radius increases. Now, unfortunately, these power-ups only last for your next game, and they're disabled in Remix mode, but Remix mode is really more of a way to teach you the ins and outs of the game anyway. There are also special guests that you can buy, and I believe that each one has different aspects that make them stand out from each other, and especially from your first Mr. Robot. I haven't tried any of these out yet, but I will have the coinage soon. Now, while you're playing this game, you will face off against several robots and projectiles. You've got your red missiles that just tend to go their own way, but they're in groups and spread out, so they're easiest to avoid when they spawn or after they've spread out sufficiently. Then you've got your teal coloured missiles. They're also groups, and they'll aim at the area that you are in at the time of their spawn. That makes the path easy to manipulate. So like, if you're up in the corner and you see the teal missiles spawning in, then just move down a little bit and they'll all miss. I'm not sure what these diamonds with eyes are called, so I just call them eye diamonds. They only ever travel left to right, up to down, or vice versa. They won't curve on the trajectory or anything like that. Purple missiles are where things start to get a bit tedious, because these buggers track you, and they'll keep following you until you either blow them up or they leave the screen. Next is zappers. Now, these guys hang out on the edge of the screen 2 by 2. They'll stop moving for a moment and then blast a laser beam between them, killing you on contact. Leave too many of them around and you'll feel like you're in a winged fortress zone. Centipedes have a wavy movement pattern, which can make them quite difficult to avoid, especially when combined with other robots. Or when you've just got, like, loads of centipedes on the screen at once. That can get pretty nerve-wracking. Chompers are like zappers, except when they stop moving, it means they're about to rush in and chomp you. After you avoid them, try not to move behind them, otherwise you'll get hit by them on the way back to the edge. And something worth note is that they don't always just stick to the edge, sometimes they're like a little further inside the screen. So that can make them a bit harder to avoid, so just keep your eye out for that. And then there's the giant box arseholes. They're far larger than any of the other projectiles, and they move slowly, meaning they're on the screen and in your way for far longer than most other enemies. As far as I know, they're indestructible, and they eat your fruits. I need those for exploding things, you gluttonous git! I hate you! You ate my food! I hate you! You killed my mood! I hate you! That was so rude! I hate you! How would you like it if I ate all your shit? Don't Die Mr. Robot is available on the PlayStation Store for free on PS Plus until August, so I highly recommend giving it a try. It's certainly got a one more go appeal to it, owing to its simple concept, even simpler controls, and frustrating difficulty. Sometimes this game will be nerve-wracking, sometimes it can be rather chilled, sometimes it'll be a learning experience, but it will always be a challenge. So, whether you're among friends having a pass-the-controller gaming sesh, or you're just playing with yourself... Yes, realised the moment I said it. Pick up Don't Die Mr. Robot. And please be aware that Infinite State Games accepts no responsibility for lack of sleep due to late nights, missed deadlines, bouts of rage that disappear as quickly as they come, or feelings of vast superiority when you get that last platinum award on a remix that's been driving you bonkers. Personally, why they wouldn't claim responsibility for that last one's beyond me. In any case, I've been Doxon Too Bad, and as always, if you're a brony, bro hoof, if you're not, bro fist, and until next time, don't drink anything I wouldn't drink.